Whew. Wait. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of a weird audio. Not for any other reason than this is just a really weird, like, show. There's been plenty of people that have talked about it, but I just wanted to take my stab at it because I just, oh my god, it's so complicated. Really quick, thank you, the viewers, the patrons, the editor, for supporting this channel. We really do appreciate it a whole hell of a lot. If you read the title, you know we're talking about Revolutionary Girl Utena. Okay. I think we should just start at the beginning, as one should for most stuff, so let's just go through the motions, yes? So in case you just don't know, or, like, it's completely skipped your radar, Revolutionary Girl Utena is a series that follows the main character, Utena. That's right, her name is Utena, Tenjo, right? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Utena Tenjo. I had to look through my memory bank here. It's a series created by Bipapas and an artist collective founded by Kunihiko Ikuhara. The primary entries in the series include a 1996 manga written by Chiho Sato and a 1997 anime television series directed by Fukuhara and Adolescence of Utena, a 1999 feature film. All of it, for the record, is wild. Now, according to, like, the official source and, like, the synopsis, right? The series follows Utena Tenjo, an orphaned teenage girl who experiences is the right word. Who experiences the most batshit crazy school I think you've ever gonna go to, because it's just so wildly, like, out there, dude. Especially the movie, like, the architecture makes zero sense, but we're not talking about the architecture. It just follows this orphaned girl who expresses her childhood desire to be a prince through her strong-willed personality and, well, no offense, she's kind of a tomboy, right? She finds herself, like, thrown into a series of sword duels to win the hand of Anthe Himamea, a mysterious girl known as the Rose Bride, who possesses the power to revolutionize the world. If that sounds sketchy as all hell, thank you. You are on the up and up like everybody else. It does sound sketchy as all hell for a couple different reasons, and I'm about to tell you why. Throughout the entire series, Anthe isn't even really treated like a person. Every single other person treats her like an NPC that's just annoying and they're having to babysit, like the world's longest I gotta babysit you as we walk to where we're going mission. Which isn't a bad thing, but it gets really super sketchy is because if you look at the subtext of everything that's going on, this shit was dark. Oh my god, it was so deeply dark and, like, a little depressing to the point where you're like, bro, what am I watching? Why are we watching this? Legitimately, there is an entire episode where the main character is running this gambit with Anthe's older brother, who is a pedophile rapist, and I'm not gonna, like, double check that, a pedophile rapist, and the entire episode is him not even talking. It's all just her on this not really fake date, trying to figure out how to politely say, no, I'm uncomfortable with this. It doesn't end well. It does not end well. On top of it, you find out that Anthe has the power to revolutionize the world. That sounds cool and great and, well, I guess all that other stuff. But it gets super duper dark is because you find out that the only way that she can do this is if she's stabbed by a million or 1,000 swords of hate in order to get this to go through. And supposedly this is not the first time this has been happening to her. Apparently, this happens often enough that she literally has just developed, like, a fun little reset power just to get out of having to do this, because it's so, I don't even have a word for it. I think weird is the only word we can use. And supposedly this just keeps happening over and over again. And there is just a bunch of people that have torn apart this thing and looked at it, and somebody was saying that maybe this school is caught in a never-ending loop and all of these people in this school, teachers and students alike, I could talk, teachers and students alike, are just, like, never-ending like ghost. They're never allowed to progress further than they are because it's just not part of the collective ideal that Anthony's older brother wants to do, because he's the one that wants to revolutionize the world. And I'm sorry, the more I watched it and rewatched it and watched the movie and rewatched it and all this other jazz, I realized something. These people in this never-ending play of this one man's sick and twisted ambition aren't even allowed to have their own ideals and their own life. They are caught in caricatures that he's put them into. He's put them into archetypes that he demands that they must be. But they really don't want to be that, and when they try to go outside of their archetype that he stuffed them into, he punishes them for it. Now that's me maybe projecting, because again, Revolutionary Girl Utena is wild. It is so wild, like, to the point where I'm like, I feel like I'm discussing a fever dream with other people, because it's just so unbelievably crazy. Which isn't to say it's, like, a bad thing, I'm just saying it is hard to explain to you what it is, because I found this out after watching it, like, at least a half a dozen times. Important plot elements that do come up later in the series are put in the filler episodes. Yes, they put really important plot-relevant information and details into episodes that are just lighthearted and fun and have absolutely nothing to do with the main overarching plot. Hee. Who does that? What kind of crazy person puts plot-relevant information into stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with any of it? It's wild, it's unsettling, but it is so aesthetically pleasing and so pretty. Like, so pretty. And there have been plenty of people who have made all kinds of music videos and all that other jazz for it. Like, it is amazing, it is really well done, it's just trying to describe this to people is insane. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because Revolutionary Girl Utena, as far as everybody's saying, oh, it's everybody's, like, first dive into the lesbian shit. For the record, that lesbian shit, like the coming of age story, takes a real hard backseat, if it's even in the car for this anime. It's part of the story between Anthe and Utena, but that's not the main story between these two. The main story is Anthe is caught in a never-ending cycle of constantly having to reshape the world into her brother's weird ideal that she knows isn't gonna work, so she keeps having to reset everything. He is aware that she resets everything, so he keeps being an absolute ding-dong dingus to her, because he can't get over himself. Also, he might not even really be her brother. He might be some fake copy that she just desperately wanted because she loved her brother so much, and then it turned into this absolute horrible person. Like, there is a lot to deconstruct in this show, and I don't really know where to go from here. I know this is, like, a defense video, but also, it is hard. It is super duper hard to explain why it needs a defense. Because so many people have just been, like, nitpicking it apart, and the only thing I can think of is, guys, just enjoy the weird fever dream anime. It's not realistically like it's the most horrible thing in the world. I have seen plenty of worse anime. This is just one of those ones where, do I dare explain this to somebody, or do I just tell them what I know is going to get them to watch it and just watch them slowly realize all the stuff that's being said to them in real time? It is one of those weird things that I guess the only thing I can realistically say to you is maybe just go watch it. It is super duper wild to the point where it's like, who wrote this? Who was the main writer of this? I would like to talk to you. I feel like you need to talk to somebody. That's really all I've got on this, is just Revolutionary Girl Utena is a wild ride, and I think people would like it more if they would stop micro-analyzing all the stuff looking for a meaning. Maybe sometimes the meaning is, it just sounded cool. Maybe that's all it is. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!